Hello everybody, and it's certainly very silent in this video, in this game, isn't it? This is probably one of the most unusual first impressions video I ever did. Why? Because here, right on the screen, you're seeing a very early stage of development of a video game called Heroes of Issachar. I got access to it through the website Indie Database. This game is right now on a Kickstarter campaign, and I just adored the visuals, the idea, the concept, the story behind it. It's very original. It grabs a story that isn't much explored in video games, at least, and it's very silent, isn't it? That's because this is just an early stage of a beta. Call it a demo, maybe a visual demo, where you can take a feel of how the game will look. One of the few scenarios that will possibly be in the final game in 2014. This game is being developed by Saved Games. That's it, I think. Saved Games, I hope I'm not mistaken here. And it's very silent, and because it's very silent, and take this into account, I'm gonna put in a music, maybe an ambient sound, a forest, because we are right now in the forest, and make things much more easy for me, because I become shy, because I am shy in a very silent environment, and I cannot speak. I already told you a lot of things, but right from now, I'm gonna put a sound that will probably make things much more brighter. Let's see, I'm gonna pick this one. Much better. Isn't it fitting? It completely changes the look of a game. Sound is so important, but that's not really not important, and I'm already derailing here. Heroes of Issachar. I found this game while browsing Indie Database, I mean the website, and I adore this project because, first of all, I really like the graphical aspect of the game. For an indie company, for an indie game, this game is looking stunning. I'm not sure what engine they're using, probably Unity engine or Unreal, maybe Unity. Unity is being very useful with all the independent companies, probably because it gives them a lot of possibilities, a lot of freedom in video games and in their own projects. Now, this game has a background, a Christianism background, and this is what I was meaning with this sort of your environment not being too much explored in video games. It's a faith-based game on a fantasy environment, on a fantasy world. And what do I mean with this? I mean that this guy right here, that I cannot take a look to his face. Wait, no, it's not happening. The guy's shy, probably. It's more shy than me. This guy right here will have some sort of goal to explore the world. This is an open world game where you will explore the Bible story. You will try to gather all the Bible chapters, or some of them, maybe. And it all involves the gospel of Jesus as well. And this is a background, this is an historically season that I don't think has been much explored in games, at least to my knowledge. Now, as you can see right here, it's bluntly obvious. The game is a third-person viewer on its perspective, and it mixes action RPG with strategy. I would say the main genre here is action RPG, because that's where you will probably spend most of your time. There's a lot of glitches, as you can notice, but I want to say it again and repeat it. It's a very early stage of an alpha. Where was I? Yeah, I would probably just say it's an action RPG, because that will be your main thing in the game. That will be the perspective where you'll spend most of your time. This world is already looking beautiful. I will be honest, I'm not a hard guy to convince. I get easily convinced with the most basic of the concepts of, but I want to stress out, this is an indie company, this is an indie game, and look at how well games are being put out by indie companies nowadays. It's astonishing. You really need a good concept, obviously, but the visuals of the game are the things that, one of the things that grabs you. So again, I'm already derailing here. I was talking about the game genre. It's an action RPG mixing with very strategy component. Why? Because most of your time you will play on a third-person perspective. With this guy right here, he's probably a hero of Issachar. And the story says that the kingdom has been obliterated by evil forces. Probably the devil, who knows? Evil, dark forces. Not in a Star Wars way, dark forces of things. And you will try to help the kingdom you probably pick, not sure, don't quote me on everything I say. I'm just talking about things out of memory that I've read on any database, the website, and on their Kickstarter page, which I must say I will probably put it on the description down below so that you can back it up if you like the concept and the game. Where was I? Yes, strategy and action RPG. Why? Because this is, let's try to get some references here. Maybe Skyrim, for instance. Although Skyrim, you play, there's a lot of gameplay in the first-person perspective, but if you change to a third-person perspective, yeah, that's probably the reference I would pick. Skyrim mixed with a strategy game where you build houses, where you build sawmills, where you build towers, where you build walls. Why? Because we will be attacked. This will be a kingdom versus kingdom game, or kingdom versus kingdoms game, where you will try and help your kingdom to thrive. And for that, you will try to gather resources, you will explore the world, you will find companions, you will find people to follow you. What else there is? You will basically try to rebuild your kingdom. And you will have to pick which playstyle you want to go for. A military playstyle, an economy playstyle, maybe rebuild your defenses first, because you will be attacked as well, your kingdom will be attacked. And as I was saying, let's try to get a references here for the castle builder component. Maybe, no, Age of Empires is not a good one. Stronghold. On Stronghold you do build castles, right? That's the thing that I'm remembering now the most. You have to build towers, you have to build defenses, you have to choose the spots to build your defenses. You will have to know and plan where you want your attackers to try and get in on, maybe lead them to traps, things like that, because you can also build dig holes so that they can fall on traps. A lot of stuff already, right? And I'm still not in the middle list. I still have a lot of things to talk about. Now, talking about the action RPG component, it's pretty much like every other game, every other action RPG, with some new concepts to it, probably, that they're bringing. Although the action RPG plus strategy component is already a very, very appealing concept to me. You'll be able to attack, obviously, melee attacks like this one. You can already attack here in this very early stage of an alpha. You have a second attack like this with your foot. I cannot attack with my sword, unfortunately. I don't know how to withdraw it and use it. What I do know is that when I press key, the sword just goes away. There, I'm swordless, and I am now in danger because if I get a bear or an eagle maybe, if I get attacked by eagles, I'll just be defenseless and I'll have to use my fists, and I'll probably have a horrible death. Not only melee attacks, you will be able to attack on a range, you will have spells, and most interesting, you will have talents. You will have skills, you will have gathering skills, you will have detection skills that make you avoid traps on the floor. You will have companions that you can pick. You can come to an NPC in your kingdom and say, hey, you want to follow me? I will have it a great adventure. You will probably eventually die, but I will try to make that not happening. But do you want to come with me? Again, one of the strongest references here I have for that is Skyrim. Now, I've been exploring a bit on this very early stage of a game, and I've discovered here a key that is pretty interesting. Now, if I pressed all my keys, nothing really big happens. Let's see. Whoa, he moved. He did something with U, Y, no, O, P. It does something when I press O or P. It's P. It's P. It's like using a keyboard. That's pretty strange. You don't have keyboards on your Bible. F, G, O. G gives you a strong attack. Why do you use your fingers like that? You should have your fist closed. Okay, this is awkward. I'm just now exploring the keys, and this is happening when I press H. H from hospital, if you know what I mean. Well, this is the dancing mode, I would guess. What happens when I press... stop dancing, come on. Already enough of dancing. And you can jump while you're dancing. Yeah, you have your jump on your space. Jump really needs a tweak. Really needs to get a fix, because it behaves strangely right now. It's really hard. It stays a lot of time in the air. It looks like Cristiano Ronaldo when he's playing soccer. He can remain in the air a lot of time. But that's not how it should happen here. What happens when I press K? Okay, this happens. It's like a dance victory. Ooh, yeah. I'm hero of Issachar. I will build a kingdom. What happens when I press L? Nothing big. What happens when I press M, N, B, V? I'm picking something. Or I'm sneaking. Oh, I'm crouching. Okay. With V, it should be C. C is normally crouching, not V. Now, the most interesting thing I want to show you on the first scenario, because there's 3 scenarios you can pick on this alpha version, so that you can see all the other scenarios for now. I have X here, or Z, that's it, Z. And I press Z, the guy floats. Pretty normal, right? No, it's not normal, is it? It's not normal. The guy's flying. Maybe he's an angel from the Bible. I've already went around this big rock, but I can just get to it if I keep pressing repeatedly Z. And I go up and up and up. And I'm probably already destroying what very early stage of a game this is. Already. I don't need it to be out to try and destroy. Okay, so if I go in front a little bit and keep pressing Z repeatedly, I'll get on top of this big mountain, so that you can get a view of all the surroundings. You can even already recognize the end. Whoa. What was happening there? There was like out from a parachute. Look at that. I will try that out, but for now I want to get into the top of the mountain. Here I am. I'm a Bible guy, Bible, and I just believe in God. That's why I can achieve such a huge accomplishment. There you go. This is the scenario available for now. There could be Easter eggs and things for you to find out. I'm not gonna do that on this video. That rocky place over there looks absolutely astonishing. I like it. I love it. And this is the guy flying. Let's try and do that thing that we were doing. Like the guy was like parachuting or something. Oh, look at that. No. how I was doing that? I don't even know. I guess it happens randomly. Yeah, I'm still flying. This must be somewhat the editor's version, or the that mode where you can just fly like in Minecraft. And I just randomly discovered it when I was pressing all the keys. There's a big pine over there in that mountain, randomly. I don't know how that grew up there, but there's another, at least 2 more scenarios that I want to show you, like here in Ears of Issachar. Scenario 2, they call them scenes. Here we are, and I believe this scenario right here is just to show you how the water rolls. I would say how the water flows. That would be more like it. There's a big tower over here, and I do want to believe that these are the type of buildings you will be able to place on your kingdom. If I can use Z here, which I can as well, I maybe can get on top of the tower. Whoa, what did I dodge roll there? How did I do that? Did I use... no, not crouch. Well, I did something there. Not sure how. You can also sprint and shift. The pretty basic concepts of an action RPG already present. I'm gonna try... well, you won't have this in the final version, I would say. But it could be fun. Cheating code or something like that. I want to get in top of this tower. Come on. I'm smashing my keyboard. Come on. Oh my god. Can I go through it? That would be bad. That would be not a good sign. Oh, come on. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. Come on. Come on. It's not easy to go in front. Oh, I'm not floating. And I don't... oh, wow. Oh, I'm really flying right now. Are you kidding me? I'm really flying right now. Right now, I mean. Yo, Jesus, look at that. I'm really flying. I'm an angel. That's why I studied the Bible. That's why I'm a hero of Issachar. I have been derailing so much. There's still some stuff that I want to talk about. This will be an open world environment game where you can probably go wherever you please and explore wherever you want. Maybe gather people from other kingdoms. You will have several kingdoms in the map, and you will be attacked by that kingdom if you don't please them, probably. Or you can be friends with them and have some advantages, like getting their knowledge, getting more spells, things like that. Again, don't quote me on that. Some of these information is present on the Indie Database website. Some of them I'm just speculating here. And you will be able to build walls, dig holes, towers. You will have to be careful with your resources. So you will eventually have to build a sawmill, a fisher hut, who would say, a farm, things like that to keep up with your food, with your basic resources, so that your kingdom can thrive. Let's go to the next scenario, because actually this one isn't that much interesting. This just has water in it, and the water isn't much worked on, because if you go underwater there isn't anything there. This is probably the most interesting scenario right now. This is a scenario where you are in your kingdom, I would suppose, or some sort of a village that you discovered while exploring the open world map. I'm not sure if there will be loading screens, if you just can explore all of it as a whole. I'm not even sure where I am coming here, because the village is right up there. But look at this. The game already looks very good for an early stage. It looks very good. That really what brought my attention to it. And that's why I decided to feature it on my first impression series. Even though, don't take this as a first impressions. Take it more like, hey, here, have this game that I've discovered. It's a pretty raw game still, but it will eventually get better. And maybe I can feature on my first impression series as a first impression, a true first impressions video. I'm on a cemetery. Why do I always end up on these weird, scary places? It's looking good. It's looking really good for an indie game. And for a game that probably still has a lot of room to improve visually, not only conceptually but visually as well. Talking about your gear, like Skyrim, again I'm gonna grab my closest reference, you will have a lot of weapons, you will have a lot of armors that you can pick up, gather, and you will be able to craft them. There's a crafting system on Heroes of Issachar as well. Planned, at least. Let's say it like that. It's planned. Can I fly on this scenario as well? I can. I love to fly. I'll be able to get on top of these houses and disturb these people's sleep if there is anyone here. Can I get even more high? Maybe I can. Because there's the random risk of falling down when you press Z. But apparently no, I just got a lucky strike and I'm up in the air. Look at that. The village looks very cool, and I like the art style. If you look at the hero itself, it apparently goes to a cartoonish looking mixed with a real environment. I like it. I like what they've done with it. Talking about the weapon and armor, yeah, you will be able to customize it as well. You will have a crafting system, and that alone already adds a lot of depth into the game. Not only the things that I've already mentioned, and I've already mentioned a lot of things, but the game is already having a lot of depth from what I've said. You will be able to assault castles. This is another thing on my list. So, as I've said, you will have some other kingdoms. You will be able to choose if you want to be friends with them, or you can be, well, the opposite. You can be enemies, and you will be able to attack their castles, and you will have to defend your own as well, obviously. So do expect to be attacked if they don't like you. I'm not sure how difficult will the game be if you can pick up a difficulty at the start. If you have different personalities for your kingdom's kings, like in, for instance, Civilization, where you have personalities that are more prone to attack you. The trees are moving. It's pretty scary and odd at the same time. But yeah, this scenario apparently is just to show you this village over here with a cemetery, and this kind of indicates me that it's an area that is prone to have a loading screen, because it doesn't have anything else in here. It's just like a forest, a circle of forest where you have a village. Maybe it has a loading screen. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what will happen if I go to the limits of the screen, to the boundaries. But this is pretty much it. This Heroes of Issachar, a very, very early look at the game, and yeah, this is this is the boundaries of the map. I will probably enter a very darkness area. So yeah, you don't want to come in here. Yeah, you shouldn't be able to see this, so I'm not gonna show you this. Just skip it. Just skip it. Go 30 seconds up and just skip it. Didn't see anything. This game is aimed to be released in 2014 on the holiday season. I'm very keen for this game. An indie company doing an indie game. Again, I stress that. I really love what good games they can do, because again, they don't have the amount of resources that the other games have, and they are still able to amaze me like this one. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you next time with the last floating hero, I hope. This is Heroes of Issachar.